Right, it's the next day. I got bored yesterday, called it a day after rubbing the handlebars down. So here we are next morning, it's bright and early, and today's goals, and I never like setting goals because I never achieve them, but what I'd like to do is get those handlebars, at least a coat of primer on them and rub down. What have I done with them? Here they are. Yeah, I took the paint off with the wire wheel. They're not bad underneath, so we'll try and get a rub down and coat of paint on them. And we do need to sort that stand out, so yeah, we'll work out some packing material on that stand to bring it back a little bit, sit up a bit straighter. Oh, excuse me. And we'll probably have to take the stand off and weld that packing material on. What else? I don't know, let's just see how it goes. Right, I'm going to rub these down, get a coat of paint on them. I'll tell you what else I want to do. It's not a big job, but in there, just about, well, let's get you in just there, there's a gear selector sensor thing as well, and I want to change that, but I'll go into that later why I'm going to do that. Okay, let me we'll get the bike up on a paddock stand for starters. Dodgy old paddock stand. Okay, and then that will give me access to that stand. Right, rubbing down time. Back soon. Right, I've got the bike propped way up on the paddock stand and then on top of a couple of bricks, so we can get this centre stand way off the ground. And I'm going to try and show you. I don't know how well this is going to come out, but if we look just there, we can see that if I move that stand down, that gap opens up. So I think we need to pack it in there. So I've got a piece of metal here, so I've got to film and do this one-handed, but if I pop that piece of metal in there, like so, there you go, and I've wedged that piece of metal in there, that forces that stand back, and then standing back here, you can see that that stand fits at a much better angle. So what I've now got to do is take that stand off, weld that packing piece on there, pop it back on, and job's a good one. So let me crack on and see if we can see about getting that stand off. Can't remember what holds it on. I do remember them springs were a bastard though, so not looking forward to I wonder if I could weld it in situ. No, it's going to be a bit tricky to do that. So yeah, them springs were a twat to get on, as I remember, and then it's just a split pin and a shaft. Right, let me get that off and we'll start bodging that up. Right, so there's the stand off. That's how it sits on the bike. So bike face it that way forward, that way back, and then on that flat surface you can see the marks on it where it's been touching the frame underneath. So if I was to weld that piece of metal on top like that, hopefully that's going to sort our stand issues out. So I will crack on with that and we'll see how that looks. Okay, onwards and upwards. I leant the bike up against my storage bin just to make it easier, and also we've got a coat of primer on the handlebars. I've got gloss black and I've got satin black, and I'm leaning towards satin black for them. I think it'll look better, probably be easier to get a good finish on it as well. Anyway, I'm going to crack out my welder, get this sorted. You ever heard the saying, grinder and paint make me the welder I ain't? Anyway, there it is, it's welded on. In my defence, my welder isn't absolutely top quality, but it's on. It ain't gonna come off. That rubber part's fallen off, which goes on there. That's the backstop. When it's in the up position, that stops it clanking into the frame. But yeah, it's on, it's welded, so I'm going to tickle this up with a bit of paint, find a way of getting this rubber thing back on. We'll get it back on. Next time you see your bike, it's my bike, what are you talking about? Next time you see the bike, it will be, hopefully, standing on its own stand in the correct posture. Right, let's get it on. Okay, next job. Before I do though, someone in the comments, and apologies I've forgotten your name, I'll have to check back on the comments, but somebody asked me what size this tyre was on the rear of this, and I said I'd find out. It's 110-90-16. I think I told you it was 18, it's 16, so 110-90-16. So I hope that answers your question. I believe that is the standard back wheel for this model, but I've thought a lot of things about this bike which turned out to be rubbish. Anyway, while we're waiting for those handlebars to dry and the stand there, we painted up the top of that and we're waiting for that to dry. Let's just give that a little bit. Just a little bit thin on the top there. Yeah, how long does that shit take to dry anyway? Preparation, directions. Leave 10 to 15 in 2 to 3 hours. I ain't got 2 to 3 hours. Fuck that. Anyway, yeah, while we're doing that, what I want to deal with next, grab a Phillips. When I first bought this bike, I have had it running, but there was an issue with the gear selector thing, the thing on the dashboard, on the clocks that tells you what gear you're in. It was obviously that bike originally, but this engine, and that can be one of three things. It could be the clocks, which I don't think it is. It could be the wiring loom, which is being changed out anyway, or it could be that little sensor in there. I don't know if I can get you in. When I thought it was that little sensor, now we're going back about 18 months ago, I ordered a new one, and there it is, still in its bag. About 18 months ago I ordered that. So what we'll do, fit this now. So there's the new one. I think it's the same, and then that'll at least eliminate it. Now them old Chinese, you know, they're clever, because that screw there, bloody hell, that's tight. Yeah, I can get at that one no problem. this one here, look, I don't know how well this is going to come up, but it's tucked right away in there, so you can't get at it. But rather cleverly, see them old chinks, they're not thick, they've made a hole there in the casing, which means I can get at it. That was bloody tight. I don't know if there's any oil in here, but there's no oil in the bike at the moment, so now is the good time to do it. Okay, right, that's all. That's not looking good. It's been bodged up with tape, as you can see, but is it the same? It's not quite the same, in that, I'll get you where you can see it, it's got like a little thing sticking on the side there, whereas this one hasn't. It's not broke off, has it? No. So yeah, there's a difference, but anyway, as long as it goes on and works, don't give a bugger. Now, can you get it wrong? Is there an oil seal on that? No, there is as well. Yeah. So let's pop the oil seal on. I wish I took note of what way it come off. I'm going on this way, and if it's wrong I'll change it later. Sorry if my arm's in the way, I don't know if it is or not, but is that going to go? Can I get the bugger on? But yeah, the way this works, and again I don't know if you can see it, apologies if you can't, but there's a little spring-loaded ball bearing in there, and then as you change gear, that ball bearing rotates round in that circle and then touches on one of these contacts as it goes round. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, so quite simple, but quite ingenious at the same time. If this is wrong, I've got no hope of sending it back because I've had it so long. Maybe it goes that way. Maybe that's that little plastic thing is for, to stop you putting it on the wrong way. Is that on? Come on, why ain't you got a magnetic screwdriver when you need one? Oh bollocks. Yeah, anyway, look, you can see what I'm trying to do there. That screw's on there, then obviously that plugs into the wiring loom. So yeah, let me get that on. I'm going to try it both ways just to make absolutely sure it can only go one way, and we'll screw that on. So aye, another little job done. Yep, there it is, fitted, and I was right, that little notch there, that just prevents you putting it on the wrong way, because it's impossible to locate it the other way round, because that prevents you from doing so. So that is on. Hopefully we will have some sort of gear indication now. I suppose it'd be a good idea to put some oil in it, because knowing me, I'm going to start the damn thing and forget. But yeah, right, let me have a think about what next, and we'll crack on. Okay, what we done? not a lot. It's a little bit bitty. I have to sort of keep dipping in and out, doing a bit, showing you, doing a bit. I mean, you don't want to see me cleaning things, do you? But anyway, look, that bike's back on its stand, and doesn't that look so much better? It feels more secure as well. So that is good. That is a job well done. I'm pleased with that. That's turned out really well. It's a damn sight easier to get up on its stand as well, because you're not trying to pull it back so far. And I think I've got it damn near perfect position, because you will see it's still got very, very slight lean backwards, which you want. So it pivots over the centre point, but before it was going way too far. Anyway, what we done? We found the bottoms for the handlebars that go on the top plate, and the top yoke as well, which I found. I've just given that a coat of satin black. Ideally I wanted that silver, but I've got no silver paint, and I can't be asked to go out and get any, so it's black. Simple as that. Handlebars hanging up there. Oh, chain. I can't find the split link at the minute, but I have found the chain. It doesn't appear to be in bad shape. I'll give it a bit of a wire brushing. Now, the way I tend to test chains, and I'm sure someone will tell me I'm talking complete bollocks, but I'll wrap it up tight like that and shake it, and that is virtually silent. So a little bit of wear, but I think there's still plenty of life left in that, so that's gone back on. So I have WD-40'd and wire brushed it. That's shit. What I've just done there, I'm covered in shit, and I'm going to get it all over my camera. Yeah, that's full of red diesel. So we'll just give it a soak in red diesel, which is an oil, as I'm sure you all know. Can't get it all. There you go. That's more or less soaked. So yeah, we'll give it a hour or two, or whatever I feel like doing, in the old red diesel. Wipe it down. That can go back on. Meanwhile, I can find my find the split link. I've got shit all over the place. My shed is an embarrassment. Look, bits of keyway. There's bits of Zontes in there. There's bits of Zontes all over the bench there. Bench is unusable. I've got bits of Zontes and shit down there. Bits down there. It's a bloody mess, to be honest with you. I really ought to tidy it up, but we know I'm not going to, don't we? So yeah, anyway, that's why I can't find bugger all for the bike. When I am finding parts and putting them on, it could well be, because I've got multiple parts for this Zontes, it could well be that I find a part that is in better condition. So although I'm putting a part on now, if I find a better one, I'll probably whip it off and put the better part on. So yeah, good. I think what I'll do now, I think I'll fill that engine up with oil, because like I said before, that's gonna, if I don't, that's gonna not have a happy ending. Right, don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm probably going to go and have a cup of tea. Bring you back soon. Right, let's jump you guys back in. Not much to report, but I've got the inner mudguard fitted there. That just clips in. What else? The handlebars have been given their final coat of satin black. So before we finish play tonight, I'm hoping that they'll be on. What else? I filled it up with oil. I mean, it obviously won't check in. After I start it. And what I'm about to do now, that bar there that stops the brake drum rotating, I've just cleaned and painted that, and that's dry. So we'll now see about getting that on. Probably not the most exciting thing you're going to see, but let's have a go anyway. Now, I've got to figure out which way it goes on actually. So it can go, it's obviously got to rotate back. Is it that way? Or is it that way? No, definitely not that. Is it that way? That looks favourite to me. Alright, that's what it's getting. If something doesn't align at a later date, we can always change it. It's not a massive job. Seems to screw on a rather a long way. Probably a spring washer missing off that, I'm not sure, but it's going to have a split pin in it anyway, so I doubt that it will come to any harm. Got one in there. This paint I'm using dries bloody quick. It's probably not gone hard, but as long as I'm careful, I can paint stuff and then 15-20 minutes later I can be fitting it. And then it can harden off on the bike. I've got 3 or 4 socket sets and here I am struggling to do it with spanners simply because I can't be asked to get them out. And the thing I really am struggling with is finding the parts to actually fit. They're in that shed somewhere, but can I find them? Can I buggery? Now, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's not right. That front one's okay, but this back one, I'll show you what I mean. It's probably something I'll have to deal with later. But that thread, that nut has gone on an awful long way, and then the hole for putting the split pin in is right back here. So even with a split pin on, potentially that nut can still back off quite a bit. I think what I'll probably do is put another nut on, but then I'll have to go online and see how it should be, but that's what I'll do for now. So yeah, anyway, brake works. Okay, right, for now that'll do. Right, I think we'll I found the split link for this chain, so I'd like to get that on. Stick you guys there. Right, it's come up quite well, and it appears to be a pretty good quality, if I'm honest. play on that front sprocket. I don't think it's too much to be concerned about though. Fiddly. Get on there. Oh, come on. Play the game. Right, let's join it off the sprocket initially. Like that. And then we'll pop it on the sprocket. You say, why didn't I do that in the first place? Because you're a muppet budget, that's why. Okay, right. I need to back off the slack adjusters a little bit. There we go, we're on. Right, now tension it up. The way I do this, because the marks for lining the chain up are quite faded and quite painted over, I'm going to do it with a vernier gauge. Spanner. I suppose it'd be a good idea if I was to put the top of this split link on, wouldn't it? Okay, and horseshoe facing the back of the horseshoe facing direction of travel. They can fail your MOT if you don't do that. I'm not saying they will, I'm just saying they can. I'm not convinced all of them look, but I know the MOT garage I use certainly do, because he pulled me up on it and said it was an MOT failure, but he didn't fail it, he did the decent thing and popped it off and put it the right way round. I'm sure there are arsehole garages out there that will fail it. Come on, get on your bugger. There we go. She's there. Get them properly. Yeah. Lovely job. Now, tension it up. I'm working in the brambles here. I couldn't have put the bike in a worse place if I tried. Right, vernier gauge. So this is obviously a lot more accurate. So I'm going to go. It's not really easy to get it on actually. So we'll go centre to end, and we've got 49mm. So let's lock that off. Centre to end here. A bit less than that. So let's just warm that in a bit. Now it's a little bit tight now, so I'm going to back that one off. You can see how we're doing it anyway, so. That is. That's about right. Tension, maybe a little on the loose side, we'll see. But yeah, just remains for me to tighten up the wheel nut and then lock off them slack adjusters. So yeah, another job done. Don't know how long it'll be before we can fire this bad boy up, but we have made some good progress today. Right, I'm going to finish that off. Then I'm going to check the handlebars, see if they're dry, and if they are, we're going to pop them on. Might call it a day then. But yeah, that'll do. Right, back soon. Right, final job of the day, and then we're going to call it a day. Get these handlebars on. They've not long been painted, but as long as I'm careful I should be okay. And at the end of the day I can always touch them up. In situ as it was. Also I'm only going to hold them on the ends as well. That way if I damage this paint on the end it's not a biggie. Because the handle grips cover it. I'm not sure how much rake to put on. I'll probably be able to judge that better when all the clocks and shit's on. Okay, to centralise them. I've already scratched them. Go about there. Are they a bit even? Hold yourself up. Right, what's that look like? A little off to one side, I think. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think they're about right. There. Right, they weren't nipping up, but I'll just put them in there just to hold it. I don't think they look too bad. I quite like them. Yeah. Right. That, guys, is where we're going to call it a day for the day. I'm going to the pub. Sounds like a plan. Right, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, those who have. If you haven't, hit that button, it helps me out. Hit like, helps me out as well. It's still a very young channel and we need all the help we can get. But yeah, that'll do me. Cheers guys, Bertie Bodgett signing off.